Hello and welcome to the Sonata Chronicles 33.33.2. It's 4 threes now.
That was like 5.
No.
It was 33.33.
0.2.
No. It's just 33.
0.33.2.
No, just 33.
So, you may have noticed that our last vlog was magically edited by our fantastic William. It was wonderful.
It was alright.
And because we have that wonderful new editing software and the new computer that you may have noticed in the background at some point in time, to do the editing, we figure we're going to throw up some images during the vlog. So that gives us a chance to talk about the creatures that are going to take place during the universe, inside the universe here that we've created so far. And the ones that we have concept arts for by our wonderful Michael Saunders, who's been doing great works for us. So where should we start? How about we start with the Tavor?
Okay.
That big woolly mammoth beast.
Well, the original idea was I was trying to I needed a beast of burden that was fitting, you know, and I didn't really see, you know, I saw the wandering people going into the city in this caravan of wagons, but I didn't really see camels pulling the wagons. You know, they're desert people, so camels is kind of the first thing. Horses are okay in the desert, but it needed to be, I wanted something like an ox or an ox or a bull or something, you know, that could pull it. So I ended up trying to design a creature that, you know, I conceptualized a creature that could be that kind of, you know, beast of burden that could pull wagons, pull tilling machines and that kind of thing, but also survive in the desert. So they're supposed to be a cross between an ox and a camel, you know, and there's originally my concept was a little bit of wild boar in there too, and I wrote them with big tusks that the wanderers tie straps to in order to guide them through the world. And so Mike, our production designer, Mike Saunders, ended up doing the first version, and I pictured them with boar-like tusks so they came up, you know, just straight up with the straps tied to them.
Mm-hmm.
And he did this great elephant kind of tusk, and the way that he shaped the head and everything, I liked that, so we ended up going with that. And so that's what you see now is kind of, you know, that evolution when collaborating with him on how to put it together. You know, they have the hump on the back like a camel so they can move through the desert. Camel-like feet, but their body shape is much more like an ox. And then they have the tusks for pulling the wagon. So. And
they do have small patches of hair.
Yep.
And is that to facilitate, like, gathering water and moisture to moisten their skin, or is it more just for aesthetic, please?
It's, well, even camels have lots of fur, you know.
Sure.
It's there to keep insects from the skin. It's there to keep, you know, keep sand out of the eyes, you know, that kind of thing. So, you know, we modeled a lot of the fur off of camels and oxen, you know, in order to make them, you know, kind of a believable species. The way that I see them kind of playing out historically is that these are, through selective breeding, these are creatures that are mostly man-made, you know, similar to dogs and cats, that you didn't find them in the wild, that people bred them into this breed of creature.
So they've been, like, domesticated.
They're entirely domesticated.
No fear of them trampling you. Good
Correct.
Temperament. Sounds like fun. I kind of want one of my own.
Yeah, George Lucas said about the dewbacks that they were his muse in A New Hope. There was no reason for them. They're just kind of whimsy. And I think the Tavor are kind of that for me. They're kind of whimsy.
That's good. So that's our beast of burden. But we have several other animal characters. We have the wonderful picture that Mike just recently finished for us of the Laoshaka.
Yep. And so I kind of themed the whole thing, you know, when I was little, my grandmother would tell us Bible stories. So I kind of took the Bible theme and ran with it. You know, I mentioned in a previous vlog, I originally decided to write this just to come up with a good concept and to be able to shoot in Jordan, you know, because the film commission's so nice there. And so, you know, it's the Holy Land, and it's kind of... So I took that part of my childhood and I kind of mixed it in. I don't want it to be a religious story. I just wanted to take those themes of great acts of faith, overcoming impossible odds, you know, belief, not necessarily in a higher power, but in something, you know, and kind of bring that to life. And so I started looking at things that were common, you know, in the stories in the Bible, and one of them is talking animals. So then it was about pulling together those things from, you know, mythology that kind of fit that theme. And so, you know, I always kind of liked the Rakshasa, you know, which are Asian Indian mythological creatures that shape change and, you know, the magic, you know, some might define them as demons, but I thought, okay, well, if I integrate that, then we also need, you know, there's also lots of different kinds of tigers, and so I decided that the Rakshasa worked with, you know, the ultimate evil in this universe that we meet in the end of the first movie and plays a bigger role in the second movie. And then that the Laoshaka, which is what Mike has drawn a couple times for us, are kind of the underling creatures that when the movies happen, they've risen up and kind of broken their bondage to the Rakshasa. And so they're big and muscly. They value strength and integrity and prowess in battle and accomplishment and glory, you know, and they're big. They have tiger fur but human bodies, you know, and tiger faces, you know, and so they're kind of that Rakshasa model but flipped, whereas the Rakshasa are very intelligent but mischievous and deceitful. The Laoshaka are strong, to the point, honest, integrous, and maybe not quite as intelligent as the Rakshasa.
I know a few people like that.
Yeah. You're very intelligent.
I wasn't talking about me.
Yes, you were.
Possibly.
Yeah, you were.
I didn't say I wasn't. I was dumb, but...
No, you're not dumb.
I'm not. I'm pretty smart.
You are pretty smart. So... Do
you want to end it here, or do you want to talk about a couple more? We've gone over our 5 minutes.
We should probably end it here, and then we'll do more next week.
Yeah, that sounds great. And also give Mike a chance to maybe get us another piece of key art would be awesome.
Yes.
But, you know, next week's next week.
Next week. Episode 34.
34.9753.
No, just 34. That's a little too close to 35. At least this one, that crazy number you made up, rounds down to 33. That one would round up to 35, and then we'd skip 34, and it'd all be crazy.
But that's the great thing about doing these with me, is you never really know what's going to happen.
True. True.
I mean, we plan, but I don't care.
Yeah. He doesn't care.
I do my own thing. It's awesome. You enjoy it. And you should ask me questions. I'll answer any question you have for me. Any question.
Oh, God. He'll do it, too.
I will.
Yeah.
So, shoot me a question on the Sonata Chronicles page, or you can shoot me a question on Striking the Water page, or on the Twitter feed for the Sonata Chronicles at Chronicles Sonata. Yeah, just shoot it out to me, and I'll definitely see it, and I'll even mention you and answer your fabulous question. Anything
I'll
you
answer
want.
Questions about the Sonata Chronicles.
He will.
Yes.
And I will answer everything else.
Yes.
If I don't know the answer, I'll find the answer, and maybe I'll give you a truthful one.
You probably won't.
I probably will. I'm pretty good at that.
Yeah.
You You don't sound so sure.
No.
All right, well that's the end for we're gonna end it for there for the week. So, shoot your questions out, whether it's about the Sonata Chronicles or anything else, and we'll have fun with you.
Yep.
And have a good week. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.